Sarah, I know that you're involved with Landmark. Could you tell me about the principles of Landmark?
Yeah, so actually, Landmark and Meta Health, they have a lot in common in some ways. Like we like to work with NLP techniques, so does Landmark, because reality is created in words. One thing that is outstanding in Landmark that we do in Meta Health when we ask for the meta meaning, but the thing that Landmark just does all the time is working with possibilities. So let's have a look. Why do we want to work with possibility? So if I am the person and I look into a mirror, what I see in the mirror is my life because I'm the creator of my life. It's my doing. So if I want to change my life and I'm standing in front of this mirror looking at my life because it's a reflection of myself, and I start to wipe around at the mirror because I see a stain, it will never work. I cannot change the mirror image. The only thing I can change is myself. If I change myself, the reflection in the mirror, my life will change.
Hmm.
So, and what's affecting who I am? On the first level, it is our senses, the VARCOGs, what we hear, touch, taste, smell, and so forth, all the senses. This is on the first level, that makes who I am. On one level above it, there is our belief. What we truly believe, our ingrained ways of functioning, they dominate how we gonna be triggered, what we gonna hear, what we gonna feel if someone touches us. Someone might like it, someone might test it. We are being touched the same way. This comes from our belief system, that comes from one layer above it. And this determines, if we talk meta health, what we are doing, what conflicts are we going to have in life? It's determined by our belief system. How do we perceive what's happening around us? So if we want to change our life, we have to change us. That means we have to change our belief system. And this is a
Mhm.
hard thing to do because it's ingrained and we are who we are. And now, what you mentioned in other conversations, like pushing for something or pulling towards something. Well, with Landmark, it's like there's another layer on top of our senses, on top of our belief system, and it's like a vapor. And it's a vapor of possibility.
Mm-hmm.
Anything is possible. And the way to get this vapor into existence is to really condense it. So, for example, if I keep acting like a poor person, what will I be? What will my life reflect? I'm poor. But if I draw from that vapor of possibility and I start to be acting as a rich person acts, this is going to be reflected by my life. So we have full power about our life because we have power of who we are. And it's like if you watch a movie, you get frightened by what you see in a movie. Although it's not frightening to you, you are sitting on the couch. But our brain doesn't know the difference between, is it reality or is it something we are just watching? And the same is true for words. So whatever words we use in our lives, that determines what we believe.
Mm-hmm.
So we can pick from this vapor whatever we like, and best is to repeat it to ourselves, that we start to believe it, that we start to be it. So whatever Landmark does is You create a possibility, and then you look from the standpoint of the possibility into the world back, and you think, what steps do I have to take? But you are not looking in the future, or not future. You are looking from the space of possibility to the space of where you are. And then you are drawn towards the possibility rather than trying to figure out how am I going to get there.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. That's very, very interesting. I, I I am just thinking about all the systems thinking and stuff like that, because behind the belief systems, then you look at your habits and your thinking and your information that creates that belief system and modify that, and it opens up a lot of dimensions. So, and the other thing that I was thinking of as you were talking is in the goddess practice, there is a God, and that's the home of all possibility. And so that really kind of fits in line with a lot of things that I have learned over time.
Yeah.
So,
It also fits when we ask for the meta meaning and meta health.
right, right.
In the end, it is the same direction. So,
Mm-hmm.
what I believe is that if someone has symptoms, you need meta health. If you want to change your life, but you don't really struggle with symptoms, you can even choose something like Landmark because they don't, if you have trauma, not a place for you. Don't do Landmark. First work to get a solid ground. But if,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, just an ordinary person with not so drastic symptoms, to change your life, to understand how words are the creation of us and our life is just a reflection, and that we have full responsibility for what's happening. We are not victims, we are the creators of our life. That gives you so much power. And then you draw from possibility what you want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the types of words that we use really shape how we think and what we want to create and what we create in our lives.
Yeah,
So,
so we have to really carefully choose our words. And I'm
mhm,
very guilty of saying things like, I always get migraines the moment I say it.
mhm,
It's a declaration that I then automatically will believe if I want it or not. So I will live accordingly. So I will get migraines. So even adding little words like yet, if we say, I don't understand it
yet.
yet, that little word rescues us from making a declaration that then becomes the truth for us that we live towards. So this is something I really like about Landmark, and it really implements very well with meta health. And certainly for individual care, I would always say meta health, because this is done with a class of 180 people. It's not quite the same as if you look at your specific symptom and truly work through your issue.
It was very profound for me working through the class because I could take my issues and work on my issues simultaneously. And it was a very powerful process for me. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and like one relationship coach, she told me that problems that are created between people and the relationship with people we cannot resolve on our own. So I think what propelled me forward was working with you, being coached by you.
Oh, thank you.
Because in
That's so
this
nice.
moment, the things that might be clear to me that I cannot tackle myself, you pick it up at a totally different angle, and it's nothing a person could do on their own.
Hmm.
So, one on one coaching is so valuable. It's like Landmark, yes, it's great. It's like an experience, but they offer individual coaching for a reason as well. Yeah, but this is all that I just wanted to share with you when you
I
asked
know.
me what's the main thing of Landmark. I think it's the working from possibility.
And I have found your coaching with me has been just amazing. It opens up new possibilities and uh, reframes certain things that I never knew were in my way. And there's a strength that um, is unveiled that um, becomes a foundation. And it changes my reference point. Yeah. So I found a lot of value through our coaching sessions.
Yeah, thank you. And I can only give this back like this. Coaching one on one cannot be replaced.
Mhm.
That's invaluable.
Yeah, you can do a lot of things on your own, and that is very helpful. But sometimes you don't know what you don't know, and
Yeah.
that's that's when you need a coach that can help you kind of parse through some of the stuff to help you get to the kernel of what you need to change.
Yes.